Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Today I thought I would take you through my knitwear. I have been on a bit of a roll with fall autumn styling content and you guys seem to have really enjoyed that. So I thought today I would focus in on knitwear and show you how I style different types of knits. I'm focusing in on 8 different knitwear categories, from really lightweight merino knits for layering to your chunkier cardigans, and showing you how I would style each of these pieces and what are go-to ways to style it. There are definitely no rules when it comes to fashion and styling, but if you're ever stuck, I'm hoping this will give you a couple of ideas to start with. I will be styling each of these knitwear pieces in a couple of ways, so if you see an item that I'm wearing in the cutaways that I haven't spoken about, it will be in the description box as well as all the sizing info. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below and let's get started. So this is kind of pile number 1 of knits. I've kind of organized them all in front of me because there's quite a few to get through. Option number 1 for knitwear are your very lightweight knits that are great for layering. I find that my favorite type of lightweight knit is the merino wool option. I think it's just very breathable, very easy and comfortable to wear. And I have 2 options at slightly different price points. The first one is one that I really love and recommend to a lot of people. This is a little crew neck merino wool knit from Uniqlo, and it's 100% merino wool. I think these are really good value for money and they're just really lovely pieces to layer up on in the winter time. This next knit is from COS and I've had it for 2 or 3 years now. I featured it in a lot of my older videos, and this one is a turtleneck 100% merino knit. This is a pretty classic COS item that I think they have in their permanent collection that comes out every single winter, and it's just a bit of a staple. The COS one is obviously a little bit more expensive than the Uniqlo. By feeling it, you definitely feel like the COS one is a little bit softer, a bit more luxurious, but I think these are both really great options. It just completely depends on how much you want to spend for a layering piece. In terms of how I would style these knits, I love to layer these lightweight knits inside slip dresses. As you guys will know, I do it a lot on this channel and I kind of feature it a lot on Instagram as well. It is just so easy in that transitional phase and I think it looks very, very chic. As the weather gets a bit cooler, I then throw a loose jacket over the top of the knit and dress, and I just feel like it looks very chic. I decided to style this with a pair of taupey loose fit trousers. I belted it at the waist and I just really love the look. With slightly looser trousers, I feel like it looks really chic to have something that is a bit more fitted on the body, and because these are really lightweight, you can really tuck them in and show off that waistline very nicely. And it goes without saying that these just fit amazingly underneath chunkier sweaters as a layering piece as it gets colder. My second category are your classic crew neck sweaters, and I feel like these are probably the most classic knitwear options out there. Both of these fit in a very classic way that's not too boxy, not too oversized, and not too tight either. First one is a crew neck from Uniqlo. This is a part of the lamb's wool collection, and this is like a medium weight knit, and I just feel like it's a very classic, simple style sweater. It leans slightly boxy, but it's not exaggerated at all. The other one is a classic Rana cashmere crew neck. I've had this for a couple of years now and I just think it's a simple piece that will never go out of style. I would recommend a cashmere crew neck any day because I think it is so versatile and 100% worth the investment. I purchased a couple of these from years ago and they look amazing. They look exactly like they did when I first got them. Because these pieces are so classic, these pretty much just go with anything and everything. I decided to style this Uniqlo knit with a pair of wide-legged arquette trousers and I just think it looks so chic. In that outfit, I would definitely tuck it in a little bit to crop it up and then accentuate the waist. Of course, they also look amazing with denim and it just makes for a very classic outfit. Whether you go for a skinny leg jean or a wide-legged jean, I think you basically are very safe when it comes to these sweaters. You guys know I love to crop sweaters to wear with skirts and dresses, and these are just amazing for that. One way is that I love to tuck the bottom of a sweater back into my bra. It kind of crops the knit without creating bulk around the stomach. And then the second way is that I tie a belt and then I kind of hide the belt with the knit. And that's just another great way to kind of get more wear out of these knits. Those aren't tricks that I've come up with, they're things that I've learned on Pinterest and YouTube, but I just absolutely love using them for more styling options. This next sweater is a little bit more statement than what I've shown so far. but this is a crop fit sweater with balloon sleeves. And I personally find this to be very wearable, but I feel like this is not a universally flattering sweater. It definitely depends on your shape as well as your style to see whether this will work with your wardrobe. The sweater is from End of a Stories, and I have it in the yellow as well as the black. And I'm sure you guys have seen me wear this because I wear it a lot. In terms of styling a knitwear option like this that's quite boxy and cropped, I definitely recommend styling it with skinny jeans or more tailored trousers that fit you well. And one of the reasons why I love this so much is that I think it does look really nice with dresses. You don't have to do the belt trick, you can just basically slip it on and go, which I love. I wear a lot of dresses, so I always want my knitwear to kind of work for them. And this option is a really great one for a lot of slip dresses and summer dresses if you want to wear them into autumn as well as spring. This knit is over 60% wool. It actually has a really soft plushy texture. This is a really great quality sweater. I just do think it's a little bit more fussy when it comes to styling. You'll see in the cutaways that I like to style this with skinny jeans. I have a pair from Mott & Bow that kind of hug my leg quite nicely, and I feel like this knit looks really great with that. And also I love layering this over dresses, pretty much any dress as long as the color matches it. I think it looks amazing. Next up are my very chunky cardigans, one from End of a Stories and one from Baba. This is the End of a Stories one. It's in this gorgeous camel color and it's super chunky, and this one is cropped. This other one is 100% wool, very chunky. But this one isn't cropped, this is a little bit longer. So they're slightly different styles, but I think they give off a similar aesthetic. In terms of material, this is 100% wool, but I don't find it more comfortable than the End of Stories one. Even though this feels like it's more expensive and it's 100% wool, this is actually the more comfortable option to wear. I do think this has softened up a lot and it is pretty comfortable, but it does still have that wool feeling, which some of my other 100% wool sweaters don't have. Because these are so chunky, I find that the cropped version is just a little bit easier to wear than the slightly longer one. I personally though pretty much exclusively style these two pieces with midi skirts or midi dresses. For me, midi skirts and midi dresses often look quite streamlined, which really kind of contrasts nicely with these chunkier pieces. These both look great with the dress that I'm currently wearing. Even though this dress is a pretty loose fit and you wouldn't think it would go well with these, it actually really does, because this is like a very delicate, thin texture, which I think matches well with these pieces. This is an option that I personally prefer to style with dresses and skirts. If that's not really your style, then I think I would personally combine them with skinny pants and skinny jeans, just to prevent the outfit from looking like it's too much and too voluminous. Next up are my cotton knits, which are of course great for that transitional season before it gets too cold. Of course, I have my Cezanne Leontine, which is probably my most worn jumper lately. I also borrowed this cotton knit from my mom because I really wanted to show it to you guys. COS is literally one of our favorite places to shop, and we basically share all our COS pieces. So if you wonder why sometimes COS just kind of disappears from my wardrobe, it's because it goes into hers, and like vice versa. But these are both cotton knits. And with cotton knits, I definitely prefer them to be like a light to medium weight, because I often find cotton knits to look quite structured, instead of having that loose, airy feel that knitwear, that wool knits often have. So even though something like this is super chunky, it still has a soft kind of look to it, whereas these cotton knits definitely have structure. And with something that is heavier in weight, it can sometimes look too bulky, which in my opinion is just not the most flattering. Obviously it depends on the style, it's a case by case, but it's just a general rule that I like to remember when I'm shopping for knitwear. One of the reasons why I say this is my most worn knit is that it matches with everything, because of the shape. It's quite a cropped shape and it's also quite boxy without being too much. This knit pretty much goes with any trouser option, but I'll frequently style with my white End of Stories trousers, and even though they're both quite loose, boxy items, it kind of just works nicely, especially when you do a bit of a front tuck into the trousers. And this also looks great over pretty much any dress. I think it actually looks really nice over this dress that I'm wearing. It kind of goes over any midi dress really nicely and is just very effortless to style. As I said, this one is from COS and it's got buttons all the way down. So this one is, I guess, technically, I'm just realizing, a cardigan. For this, if you want to style it with wide-legged pants, I would definitely do a bit of a front tuck. And if you wanted to style it with skinny jeans or skinny pants, it actually looks really nice just layered over it because it's not too long. I feel like the big pockets are such a COS signature and it gives it a more minimal aesthetic despite having quite a few things going on. I pretty much always tuck my sweaters into my trousers just to show off the waist a bit more, unless I'm styling with like skinny pants or jeans. In that case, sometimes I will wear it over the top as well. So option number 6, I actually don't have right now because my mom is wearing it. I borrowed it from her to kind of feature in this video. It's a really gorgeous knitted jacket from COS. And it's got these 2 large pockets, and I'll show like a clip or a photo here. And I just thought like the knitted outerwear kind of look is a really cool concept. It's a little bit different to what I normally see out there. It is definitely like a knitted feeling fabric. And I just feel like it looks so chic with the zipper and then the large pockets. It's a collarless design and obviously has a zip, and I just thought it looked so amazing over a slip dress, as well as just dresses in general. Has a nice oversized shape to it without being too much. It's super comfortable. It's way more comfortable than like a coat or a proper jacket, which is why I really liked it and why my mum purchased it. And it just gives the most beautiful look. So it's kind of a more interesting knit that I wanted to quickly share in this video. I think you guys is probably starting to see a pattern, but it's always about the proportions and, you know, with oversized knits to pair it with like tighter bottoms and vice versa. And this next option is a COS knit once again. I think this might just be a long cardigan, but I style it mostly as a sweater dress, which I personally love. I think they're very figure flattering because, you know, it kind of does show off a little bit of shape. And I would love, if I had them, I would love to pair it with like higher boots. I feel like it would be so chic. But I don't have high boots, so I just style it with ankle boots. And I really love the aesthetic of a knitted dress. As it gets colder, you can style it with tights and like a coat on the outside. Otherwise, ankle boots, a nice belt, a cute bag, and I feel like you're good to go. Of course, would also look amazing kind of worn inside a trench coat. And one of the reasons that I love knitted dresses, such as this one, is that it's so versatile and a little bit like the slip dress, just a bit of a blank canvas to wear in different ways. And the very last option, number 8, is the very open, airy kind of knit. This is what a lot of Suzanne knits are, in my opinion. There's often patterns in the knit. It's kind of in like a lace knit style. And these are obviously not going to be the most practical jumpers, but they're also just very beautiful. I think this is actually a very versatile knit option if you live somewhere slightly warmer. I even pull this out in the summertime when there's like super cold air conditioning. This is probably one of the knits that I go for because it doesn't look too heavy and wintry, has a nice openness to it, which I like. I actually think these look amazing over summery dresses, for example like a white spaghetti strap dress, because you can kind of see a little bit of the inside. And also, pairing with white just means that you can see the texture a little bit more. You guys will know this is one of my most worn knits ever, and because this one has a nice crop shape, I find that it goes so nicely over dresses once again, and that's why I love it. I obviously wear a lot of dresses, so when the knit kind of can go over trousers as well as a dress, I just get so much more wear out of a piece like that. One of the things that I look for in knitwear is that it'll go with different outfits, it'll match my dresses, my skirts, my trousers, and I can pretty much just style it whatever way I want. In my opinion, knitwear is one of those pieces that is not super trendy. Most knitwear options are quite timeless and quite classic, so it is an area of my wardrobe that I think is worth investing in. Personally, like a comfortable, nice knitwear option versus a cheaply made knit is very, very different in terms of comfort, quality, longevity. So it is an area of my wardrobe that I do splurge a little bit more on. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe. Otherwise, please let me know what you want to see next from me, and I will see you guys soon. Bye bye.